Do you suck at speed bridging? Do you want to get better at Bed Wars? Then this is the video for you.
Atomic bomb.
Alright, so in Bed Wars, as you may see, if you suck, most of the time you'll bridge like this. You'll usually bridge really slow and just either backwards or sideways. And most of the time you'll look over and you'll see people doing a really fast bridge where they're like uncrouch and everything. And that's what I'm here to teach you today. Alright, so we're gonna start with probably the easiest one out of all of them. So at first you just want to shift on the block. Usually when you start this, you want to keep your cursor right about here. When you do this, you obviously place the block, and when you go, you unshift right about here on the block. And then right when you place the block, right when you move back, you unshift and then shift again right at the end. Usually when this happens, you're probably gonna mess up a couple times, but when you do it, this is how I first learned it. You wanna place a block or two, then try it, place a block or two, then try it again. And then once you're good enough, you'll be able to just go every other block, and then once you get good enough, you can just hold it down and just go. Yeah. And all that stuff, all that jazz, all that hot stuff. And eventually, once you get good at that, you're obviously gonna mess up a lot, and it's not gonna be an easy go. But eventually, once you get good enough, you can start going to the side. On the side is much faster because, here, we'll compare it now. I'll probably put the time on screen. If I can, I'll do something. I'll put like a timer. But what you want to do is, so if you go backwards, just regular, you can see it takes a lot longer. Actually, here, Mateo, if you can do this, when I say go, you go like this, build like that, and I'll just build backwards, okay? So on go, you build to the side. I'll show them the difference. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. See, he's much faster than I am. When he's just going to the diagonally, he's on the edge of the block like this. For some reason, I don't know why, it lets you place faster. Thank you, Mateo, that's all. And then, but for some reason, you want to lets you place faster. So there is a diagonal one. It is much faster, so it is a little harder to get better at. So what you want to do, you want to take this block. You want to start at the side. Usually I like to start right about here on the block. If you do need to get better at it, you can always use F3. I think that's the button most people have it. And whatever button is your F3, then you can zoom in if you have Optifine. Optifine is really easy to install. Go check out a tutorial video. It's really nice. Basically, you want to look right about here, a little bit under the block. And once you're good, you go here and you place a block or so, and then you try unshifting and all that stuff. You're gonna mess up a lot, like I just did there. But usually how you start, you want to just quickly go, you want to watch yourself and then just, there you go. And then yeah, all that stuff. Now obviously, I personally like to do it where when I do it, I usually stop a little bit. Oh, there we go, I messed up again. See, it's not that easy. But usually when I go, I like to stop, maybe set myself, or build up. And that's the next one I'm going to be teaching you. I like this one a lot. In Bed Wars, you're going to see a lot of people that build up. This building up makes it a lot easier to keep enemies from coming to your base faster. So usually when you go, you want to do a couple blocks, build up, and then, yeah. Building up will create, as you can see, it'll make like a long staircase. And then each staircase. Also, I would recommend, this is how you do it. Usually, I like to put about 3-ish, 4-ish blocks because, as you know in Minecraft, if you hit a block, it stops your sprinting, or it stops your momentum, so you don't go as fast anymore, and it takes time to get up. And personally, when I do this, many people make the mistake of just doing this right off the bat. They like to just go up, and all that stuff. And once they do that, it slows them down immensely because they have to do this. They have to run, hit each block on the way. And every time they do that, it makes it harder and harder and harder. So, what I like to do, obviously, set yourself and hold S and D at the same time. Find the point where it doesn't pull you backwards too much, but also find the point where it doesn't go forward too much. Personally, I go right about here, and you always want to hold down S and D at the same time, or S and A at the same time. I've never done S and A. I usually do S and D, but whichever way is good for you. You look at the block, and then you just go. And then, see? The higher you get... Oh, crap. Obviously, what I did there, I made a mistake where I was shifting too far to the edge. And what you're going to want to do, once you to fix that, you just got to get your timing down. So, if you guys can hear, I'll try to put my mic closer. You'll hear... every time, most of the time, you either want to keep your mouse, either hold down or get the timing unbelievably correct. And watch, you let go, find a timing. My keyboard isn't that loud, so I'm not sure if you were able to hear that, but get a timing. So if every time, for me, I like to use the timing of my blocks. So every time I place one, you'll hear it, bam, 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 and all that stuff. It's really nice. And yeah. Now comes to the diagonal one. Alright. Now, the diagonal one is a little more challenging. For me, you usually want to start right here, and whichever way you're doing it, you can do it either side. It's relatively the same on each side. You want to go like this. You usually want to go, whichever side you do, you can either do this side or this side. I personally prefer the right side. You usually want to look right about here, and see, when you place this block, you want to be able to hit right on this part of the block, and then as soon as you place this block down, you unshift. And you just keep going. As you keep going, you'll see that sometimes you won't hit the exact edge of the block and you'll correct yourself. That's when you just, basically for this one, you just hold S. You don't do anything else and all that stuff. Oh god. So yeah, basically, when you're holding down S, you never want to let go, because the only time you want to let go and press shift is right when you get the second block down. As soon as you get the second block down, then you let go of shift. Never before. Too many people, me included, have made a huge mistake while trying to put this block down and shift right after. Because sometimes if you do it wrong, it won't place the second block if you're too high. Then it'll place it like right here. So don't make the mistake of putting it too high, because then you'll do this, and then you'll let go of shift and fall off the edge. Alright, now this is now the advanced one for building up. Obviously in Bed Wars, like I said before with the blue bridge, you're going to want to build up. While building up, you usually want to build up right here. I did that wrong. But usually when you build up, you want to hit right on the edge. So here, I'll show you quickly. As soon as you place this second block, like I said, jump. Once you get good enough, I personally like to do it like this. I haven't gotten good enough yet. You place it, and then you build up. Place it, then you build up. Place it, then you build up. That's personally how I like to do it. There are many different ways to do the speed building. Right now, this is what people like to call ninja build, I'm pretty sure. And obviously, it's very good, and all that awesome stuff. And obviously, diagonal ones are not going to be as easy as the regular ones. I definitely recommend starting off with the green one. Just shifting backwards. That's the easiest one to start with. Once you learn how to do that, it gets much easier. And yeah, once you get that, it's so much easier to get better at this. This is the main one that you'll see many players using. You'll see many players using the sideways one. Many players will usually either go on top of you, and that's a whole nother story for another day. And yeah, that's basically all for this video, guys. This tutorial video. Hope you guys did learn something, how to speed bridge from this. Obviously, don't forget, this takes a lot of trial and error. A lot. You're not gonna get it the first time, and if you do, well, I guess you're just amazing. But this is going to take a lot of trial and error. You're not gonna get good at it. You're not first try. Never. Usually not. Always start with these ones straight. And other than that, hope you guys did enjoy. Alright, see you guys next time.